welcome back to Divine Destiny. Today we are going to talk about what makes me beautiful. We know that a lot of women out there that you're not feeling beautiful today. Maybe it's because of something someone said to you. Maybe it's because you feel like you don't have the best body, the best hair, the best skin color. Maybe you even want to be a different color. But it's all good. We want to let you know that you are made in the image of God and you are beautiful. So today, again, we're going to be talking about what makes me beautiful. So, Miss Shayna,
Yes.
we're going to be talking to you today. Shayna's our guest, and we know that Shayna models and she does all kind of great things over there, Miss Diva herself. So, Shayna, we want to know what makes you beautiful.
Well, I never used to be the diva. I never used to be the model. I never even used to like these dressy clothes. But when I was younger, I would say that I didn't feel beautiful. I just felt like I was there.
Right.
You know, I did my thing, go to elementary, go to Walnut, do good grades. I was the brainiac, you know, the only one with the big backpack. I'm sure a lot of people, yeah, bruises on the arms and, you know, but I don't think I felt like actually beautiful until God has placed something in somebody else to come forth to me, to let me know. Sometimes God does work in people like that. So I did have a best friend, and she was beautiful. I mean, immaculate, beautiful. I was even surprised that she wanted to be my friend because I'm just, you know, like a little Shayna, nobody, you know. So, you know, she brought a lot out of me. She showed me a lot of good things about me that I couldn't see for myself. There's a lot of people that do that for you. And, you know, she was the type that would work to make me beautiful. I think that genuine people, they put their time and their effort into you. So when you see somebody doing that for you, you're genuinely receiving it. So with her, you know, she would get my hair done. She was like, you should try this sort of makeup and try these clothes. You look classy. Sit like this. Sit like this. You know, make sure you're poised and stuff. And, you know, she said the type of men that I see that you like, you want to make sure you attract people like that. So when we go out, let's just act a certain way. She would even play games and stuff. She's amazing. Candy, I love you still. But, you know, even though God does place people like that in your life, and they do certain things for you, there's a higher person that gives you that self-esteem. If you didn't know God from the beginning, and you're just in the world so much, with modeling, that was the time I'm modeling. That was the time I was clubbing. That was the time, you know, I lost myself. Somebody emulates you to think you're beautiful, but yet you're realizing you're in their image now. You've molded yourself to their image.
They want you to be.
You didn't know there was a higher image. So with that being said, as I was going to church, I realized the calling God had for me. And I realized that there's a higher being than my outer looks. It's in here. People used to draw to me because of in here. And it was so much of a focus for like 2 to 3 years on the outer that I forgot about here. It didn't express. I lost this. So with that being said, the clubbing didn't amuse me anymore. I didn't feel like appealing to the world anymore. I appealed to myself. It was me. And then I realized that I did need to take care of myself, you know? Do it for me, not for somebody else that's saying, okay, you should do this for getting something. Do it for you. God isn't focused on the outside. He's focused on me changing my heart. My heart comes out of me. So when it comes out, that's when people are like, whoa. Man, you can ask people from high school. No, I'm serious. Ask people from high school. They'll be like, Shayna? What happened to you, Shayna? You know? And they're not realizing that I completely changed my life. But it's not. There's a lot of people from high school that, you know, went from skinny to beautiful, but that's all they did. You know? They didn't change in here. So, you know, I think it's more than outer beauty. It's way more than outer beauty. And if people come around and they see how beautiful you are, you're letting the world change you. You know, and you don't want the world to change you. You want them to see inner and outer. You want them to draw to you so we can draw to Him, and that's our main focus. You know?
I always say you don't want to be be a conformer, you want to be a transformer.
Right, right. So with that being said, I'm happy in my skin. And I hope I exuberate that to the world, to let them know I'm happy in my skin and I'm not scared to praise God in the meantime. And if you do have problems, you can come to me, outer and inner, and vice versa, because I cling on to beautiful people, and inside and out.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and they don't realize it. Some of them, they have gifts, they have talents, they just don't know it.
Right.
And they don't know how beautiful that inside can come out too. And it's so much deeper, I think, than skin deep. It's so much deeper. But, I think as women, we have a lot that we uphold, the beauty standards. But, just be happy in your skin. Yeah.
So what about you, Miss Nikki?
Really.
What makes you beautiful? Yes, really.
I would say my personality, that not a lot of people ever get the chance to know, because one, I'm working on not being so isolated, and talking more and having more friends. But two, I would say over the years, a lot of people have developed opinions about me based upon how I look, or maybe a facial expression I have, or maybe I didn't speak when was spoken to. But a lot of times people don't realize, but you guys know I have tunnel vision. And if I'm walking and you wave, just because I didn't wave back, it's not that I have a problem. I probably didn't even see you, because my mind is like somewhere else when you walk by. So it's just like shake me, get my attention, say, hey, I know you saw me, And it's no big deal, I'll speak. But growing up, my mother's mom, my grandma, which I call Mama, she would always tell me, she's like, my baby fine. That was her word, my baby fine. And when she grew up, she's going to be a force to be reckoned with. You're beautiful. I mean, she was always full of compliments. Everything she said, it was like this, this, this. My mom would always tell me I'm beautiful. So growing up, I developed kind of the same thing, where I didn't so much work on here. It was like, I know I'm the junk, So it's like, you don't like me, that's fine. I'm cute, it doesn't matter. But as I got older, I realized it wasn't about just being cute. It was about, my personality. It was about how I portray myself to other people. I wasn't really like that internally. It was just, that's kind of how the guard I put up towards other people, so that, when other people did have something negative to say, it was like, what you say doesn't matter, because I know that I'm beautiful. But when I said I knew I was beautiful, it wasn't me thinking inside beauty, it was more superficial beauty.
Right.
So as I grew up, I kind of started to notice that, I don't want to say I was worshiping myself, because that wasn't the case, but it was like I wasn't really working on the inside as much as I was the outside. I would get up every morning, make sure my hair was combed, my clothes were on point, the outfit was tight, just so I could put this facade up that I'm okay with me to everybody else.
Right.
But when I came home and I looked around, it was like, I'm not okay with this, or I'm not okay with that, but nobody else would know that, My mom, I didn't even really talk to my mother about it, I'm sure she could see it, because she, it's your mom, she knows you. But to the rest of the world, they probably thought, okay, she's superficial, she's, this, she's that. But really, this was just my shell, so that you would never see I'm hurting, I'm hurting because people aren't accepting me. I'm hurting because, nobody really wants me a part of their circle. I'm hurting because, honestly, the white people think I'm cool, and the white people are okay with me, and they're, embracing of me, and the black people are like, oh, you think you all that, you think you're white, you think you're this, you think you're that. So it's like, I don't even fit in with my own people. So I'm looking in the mirror like, what's wrong with me?
Right.
And I should have been born white, So, I've had people tell me I'm the whitest black girl they've ever met. So, on one token, it's kind of like, all right, they're accepting me, but on the other, it's like, is that an insult?
Right.
Exactly.
So it became a constant war and struggle with me and trying to figure out who I am, which way I was going in life, what is my personality, am I the mean girl, or am I the nice girl, am I the sweet girl, or am I the girl with the attitude? It's like, which one am I? And once I realized who I was, and it took me coming to church and talking to people and going through some life experiences, with my daughter's father, with my father, with my mother, with everybody, for me to kind of step back and say, okay, who are you? Work on you. Figure out what you want, who you want to be, and where God is taking you, and what God has placed in you.
Right.
And I'm still a work in progress. I'm only 28, so I got a long way to go. But I'm more comfortable with myself now and who I am and where I'm going than I've ever been in my life. I'm not trying to put that shell up anymore so that the world sees me
Right.
in a certain way. It's more so, this is my heart, take it or leave it. This is what God has placed in me, and this is the person that I am. If you like me, wonderful. If you don't, I'm sorry. You know?
I'll pray for you.
Exactly, I'll pray for you.
Okay. So, Miss LaDuana, what makes you beautiful?
Oh, wow. That's a good question. Not in a negative way. I think more so with me, I think that I embraced my inside more than I embraced my outer appearance. Because even growing up, I had to deal with, people saying, oh, she thinks she all that only because, I was really spoiled growing up. But those things meant nothing to me because it's like I would just put them on because my dad would get them for me. And that was a way for him to basically be able to do what he was doing, So it's like I'll get her this and it'll replace, the love. So growing up, I felt ugly. And, I think some days now, I think I still deal with that, and it's like I think I embrace what's on the inside of me more. Like if you ask me what makes me beautiful, and I won't even say my personality. I am a work in progress. I don't want to sit here and pretend as if I really feel like I'm beautiful because I know I'm always the one crying.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry. But
God gave you those emotions, honey. Go ahead. I'm still going to tell you you're beautiful. Sometimes we still working, trying to figure it out and get through all the kinks.
Not all of us can cut off our hair and pull off what you pull off. Well, I do.
And that,
what I'm saying?
that right there is a prime example of, basically me not really loving myself. And, I try to get the hair, I try to get the weaves, I try to do different things to make myself feel beautiful. And honestly, I'm not just saying it to say it, but if it was not for my husband, every day telling me how beautiful I am, I really wouldn't believe it.
Well, you are, for real, you are. And your husband is my son. You don't bring ugly people to the family. That's a joke, it's a joke.
No, I'm sorry, but no, if it really wasn't for my husband telling me every day that I'm beautiful, I think that I would beat myself up a lot. There are days where I go in the bathroom and you wash your face, you brush your teeth, and there are days I won't even look in the mirror, and, there are days I don't even want to walk past the mirror, because I feel like, I'm not beautiful, but I think that's because I've dealt with so much, and I've dealt with, so many people saying negative things about me, and I think that it basically planted a seed in me, and I'm still trying to, and I hear, you're an image of God, but, it's like, okay, I don't know how God looks, I just know that He's beautiful, but,
And that's true.
yeah, so it's just, that this is an area that I deal with, constantly on an everyday basis, and, it's something that I'm just praying and I'm asking God to help me, get past, and, to help me really see myself for who I am, and to just love me no matter what I look like, or, because it is a lot of the TV. You turn on the TV and everywhere you see there's a beautiful woman and, long hair and this and that, and it's like, it's not her, it's not.
A lot of them are
That's not her hair.
A lot of
Those
them
are
are
her
air